before we get going, I just wanted to, I think it's appropriate. Colin and I were talking about this last night. Free agency moves so fast. We lost a lot of really good people and really good players, and just go down the list. When you look at the offensive line, McGlinchey and Brunskill, two guys we've won a lot of games with, and I remember vividly, the process with both of them. Mike, he was the guy playing next to Quentin Nelson that was mauling people, and so I remember flying to Hawaii for a wedding. I had to go right before the draft, and literally had to cover up Quentin Nelson. So I'd stop watching him and just watch McGlinchey, and he kind of wore on you the totality of his game. And Mike played a lot of great football, great leader, great guy, and it's just, when you get Trent Williams on the other side, you can't pay everyone. And good for Mike, he went out and earned a really nice contract with the Broncos. Really happy for him. Danny Brunskill, never forget him coming out of the AAF, whatever it was, the San Diego Fleet, the Fleet, yeah. I remember his workout, and always a guy who didn't look the most graceful, but man, he picked us up in a lot of games. Remember Packer games where put out the fires against Darius Smith, I think, over on the left tackle. Played all five, and Danny's a really good guy, and I think ultimately with Danny, let him speak for himself. He saw an opportunity to probably for more playing time in Tennessee, and so we tried to get Danny back, but he chose. It was hard for him. I know that because he loved our place, but it's hard to watch guys like that. Obviously, Jimmy, a lot of good stuff coming out of Vegas there, but happy for Jimmy. Happy he's got a shot with Josh, who knows him well, and I think Jimmy will thrive there. I really do. On the defense, trade for Charles, bringing Sampson in, a division opponent who really gave us fits with the Rams. Sampson played. He's one of the tougher players I've been around. Always out there, always available. Omenahu, remember, I think Adam Peters and R.J. Gillen coming down and saying, along with the R&D department, they always had high grades on him with their pressures and thinking we could do a nice trade. And gosh, Charles came in and was really impactful for us. Earned himself a nice deal with the Chiefs. Happy for him. Ridge played really good football. Unfortunately, was hurt. Jordan Willis made some great plays for us over the years. Aziz, and one of those guys you brought in as a college free agent, and just I think a tone setter. The physicality, the toughness of our team. I think Aziz had a lot to do with that. Jimmy Ward, 9 seasons with us. One of I think everyone's favorite player. Jimmy just does it the right way. Funny guy. Love the way he plays, and to watch him, really be selfless and go play the nickel, and be around the ball more than he ever has in his career. He's always been a really good player, really versatile player. It's hard to watch guys like that walk. I envision Jimmy making that 10-year wall. I walk by that often, and so for him to do 9, that hurts right here. But you got to make the decisions that are best for the organization, and Jimmy had to make a decision. So Tarvarius Moore, Maurice Hurst, all those guys. I just wanted to recognize those guys because, like I said, we won a lot of football games with them, and there's a lot of really good people who did a lot for. How could I forget Mose? I say a lot of my favorites, but Mose, he really free agent, just got an unbelievable presence to him, smile, but he's a feisty competitor. Mose played a lot of good football. Was going to have a great year this year before he got hurt. Happy for all these guys. They all got great opportunities, and we'll miss them for sure.
Where do things stand with Brock now? How is he coming along? And have you reached a point where you can put together a timeline on, realistically?
I think the timeline, as I understand, he's doing great. He's right down the road here in Gilbert. He's our guys have been flying down and kind of just checking in with his rehab. But he's doing rehab with a renowned baseball guy that Dr. Meister knows. I will get you his name. I'm forgetting it right. Coker or something. We'll get the name. But he's doing a really good job. I think it's early on. There's not a whole lot that you're doing. It's a lot of the range of motion and whatnot. But he's right here. We may see him tonight. you know, I think as I understand, around 12 weeks we'll know a lot more. That's when he can start throwing, and that's when I think you really start to know a little bit more about timelines. But all things are going really well. Brock's going to work. He's going to do everything they ask him more, and they were very pleased with the way the surgery went. So we're excited about that.
If he starts throwing in 12 weeks, is there a scenario in which he could be back? You know, everyone always said kind of 6 months was the timeline. Is it possible to be sooner than that, at least on a limited basis, just because he can throw?
I think like a lot of those things, there's probably some sort of a timeline. Timelines are just guidelines, and then every person's different. There probably is some amount of time in talking to docs that you want to make sure you get to that point before he's out there. But our hope is he's ready to go in training camp. We'll see how everything goes. When we're going to do what's right for Brock, because that's right for our organization, and you know, be aggressive with what we do, but also be really smart. And you know, we're insulated with other guys that we have a lot of belief in. So Brock's not ready. We'll hold down the fort until he is.
When Brock's ready, is he your starting quarterback, or is there a process of?
I think Brock has earned the right with the way he played that he's probably the leader in the clubhouse at that. You know, I'll let Kyle make those kind of decisions, but I know when we talk, I think Brock's probably earned that right to be the guy. If we were to line up, he'd probably take that first snap. And really excited about where Trey is at with his progress from his injury. He's been working really hard, and you know, love the opportunity to be able to bring in Sam Darnold and his skill set. We think it's a really good fit, and so we like that. We like that room a lot.
Does he come back? Will he